smoke so much I make my sinus bleed. Wish I could blow up just so I could breathe, but it's hard when there's riots in the streets. Sick of sitting
Hey, what's up? This is Off the Top number 25, and we got Joey Organic in the building. How you doing?
I'm doing good, doing excellent. Just got off work,
Lit.
sweating out in this heat.
Lit. So what kind of stuff do? You like in the music scene? Like what kind? Like you into music? Like
Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm a rapper, singer, / actor / stepdaddy of the year. Whatever the role needs to be, I can fulfill it. I can do it. I'm just a hustler and a grinder.
lit. So what's your primary like genre that you like to work in?
I'd say hip hop. I like the the old school hip hop stuff. If you've heard any of the Chico's Fails stuff, that's kind of like what I like. What we got on that first tape of ours, that self-titled tape, that Chico's Fails tape with Desmond. That's kind of what I like, is that old school hip hop, that boom bap type stuff.
Yeah.
Then I also, I'm a sucker for R&B.
Yeah. So you be singing too? You just be rapping?
Singing, rapping, just whatever the vibe is. Like,
what's better? Which one you prefer?
I like rapping. I want to rap, but if it comes down to schmoozing, a little, some, I'll break it out. I'll put a little, on a track. You know what I'm saying?
God, that sounded like it was already on tune on that shit. That shit sounded nice, man. So like, how long you been doing this for? Like, just being in the music scene as a whole?
I'm not gonna lie, not very long. I played music for a while. I played drums. I played in jazz band in high school. I was kind of sheltered and late to the scene as a youngin'. But I'd say, like, in the hip hop scene in this community, I'd say I'm going on year number 4. Yeah. I'm still pretty raw.
That's pretty good. Like, I'm
pretty green in the scene.
How many years do you plan on putting into it?
As long as I can go, as long as they want to listen to me and kick it with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me, host a show, let me come out and spit some. As long as they let me, man. As long as they let me. Hopefully forever.
See, I've seen that you've done like a whole lot of shows. Like especially since before COVID happened.
Yeah.
How many shows do you think you did?
Man, well, that year I did at least one a month, but there was times where I had 2 or 3. This last month, I think through June, we had one. I had something every week of June, and then I've had something up until last weekend. I got to take a little vacation. Went to the flatlands of Kansas to see the grandparents, but up until then, I was every week, whether it was hosting or performing.
So you don't know how many exactly?
Man, no. I could go back and look. Like, I get those Facebook, reminders all the time, saying this and that, and then it's just like all flyers. So I don't know, man. There's a lot. Like, man, I'd say, man, I don't even want to guess, bro. I'd say at least 50.
Yeah,
50.
That's nice. That's
50
nice.
plus.
So how long you and your group been a thing?
Honestly, we put our first song out October last year, and or our first tape out October last year. Chico's Fails, Ugly Boys. Chico's Fails, but our mamas think we handsome. So we've only been a group for just under a year. We just me and Desmond have always been kind of tight. We worked together at Sound Pony, the door and stuff, and he got me my first. He actually got me my, kind of slid me in the door there, got me my first show at Sound Pony, and that was just hosting. I was just getting it together and getting hosting it and getting the vibe, keeping the vibe going, and then just I kept getting booked, and then I was, I kind of used that to get myself comfortable on the mic, because I've been a performer. Like, I played different instruments and done like that, but I've never like been vocal. So I was always kind of I was kind of self-conscious about it for a while, and then it was just like everybody it was very encouraging. So I was it's like, fuck it, let's go.
That's awesome. So like, do y'all have like a mission statement of like what y'all's plan is, like for like what is it y'all like?
Fuck it, man. Be you. Same with Local Drip. Be you. Everybody's got their own style, their own swag, their own personality. Man, shine.
Yeah.
Shine. Quit worrying about what everybody's saying. Quit worrying about what's in the newspaper and the news. what they saying on social media.
For
Be
real.
you. You're beautiful. You're excellent. You're somebody. You're not like him. You're not like me. So be that person.
For real, I respect that. So like, how, do you think it's easy or like difficult, like being in the music scene? Like, it's kind of vague, you know. But like, what do you envision when I ask like?
Man, it was
easier?
kind of tough when I first got in because I thought I needed to prove something, and you know, what you got to do. You got to put in the time. You got to put in. You know, you got to pay your dues. You can't just like I didn't jump in thinking I was gonna be the best or anything. I did it because it felt good. So don't worry about people. Do you, be true to yourself, and it'll come. Like all the attention you want, whatever, as long as it's creative and you're not biting.
Yeah, exactly.
People are gonna enjoy it, man. Like, I mean, there's people that I've had at the shows that maybe performed one time, and that was the only time they performed, and they just wanted to get it, swipe it off their bucket list, or they thought that they wanted to be a rapper, they thought that they wanted to be a singer, and you find out real quick whether you want to tell your grandma that you were a rapper.
Yeah, for real, because that's a big one to like, with a family and stuff. So is family supportive?
Yeah, hell yeah. My mom's been to shows, heard me say inappropriate stuff. She, my grandma don't listen to rap, but they'll listen to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's awesome.
Like they don't like that I cuss and all that, but who does? Whose grandma does?
Yeah, for real.
Whose grandma wants you out here cussing on the radio or cussing
for
on
real.
the? But yeah, they're very supportive, man. And honestly, I didn't think because they would be because they're all kind of different. My dad's he plays guitar and he's kind of more of a rock head.
So it's in the bloodline.
Oh yes, somewhat, yeah.
Do you believe that that's something that can be passed on through DNA, like musical ability?
I think the drive can be passed on because you can give somebody a guitar and they'll never play it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my sister's been giving a guitar, and I've been given a guitar and I've never played it, but once I found something that I was driven for, like playing the drums or rapping or creating music or making shows and like giving it building an avenue, like that stuff, when you find a drive, that's when like that's where you want to be at.
Definitely.
So it's like it can't. I don't think it's passed down because there's NFL players that got kids that can't catch a ball.
For real. So like, what do you think it takes to be successful in life?
In life,
yes,
man, hard work, wake up early, go to bed early, wake up early, get the day started, don't do drugs, experiment's fine, but get over that, because you're gonna look back one day and you're like, damn, I spent all that money last weekend on Ye. I need a new mic, I need some cables, I need this, I need that, I need to go into the studio, and you're like, damn, I spent that on the,
For real.
Not hating on anybody,
no judgment.
but it's whatever. But it's just them things. Like same with weed. I'll be thinking all to myself, like, how much money did I spend on weed, man?
For real.
When I'm like sitting here and I'm like counting out this money, getting ready to hand it over to whoever it is in the studio, I'm like, I wish I wanted to smoke that zip so fast. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll be feeling the same way about cigarettes. I'll be chain smoking and shit, so I know how it is. I mean,
but being successful, man, it just depends. Because your definition of being successful is different than mine, man. Making it, whatever. But just, man, hard work, dedication, and make sure you're in a lane that you love, man. Because it's hard waking up. Everybody's got a 9 to 5. It's hard waking up for that 9 to 5.
Exactly.
I like what I do, but I don't love it. I wish I could wake up every day and just be like, here I come studio, or here I come laptop, or here I come pen and pad. You know what I mean? Like,
for real, yeah. I definitely resonate with that. So like, what I'm curious though is like, what would you have to say to like people of the next generation that would like to do something similar that you're doing?
Man, just start creating now. You know what I mean? There's no timetable, man. You can be 50 and make music. You can be 50 and make a piece of art. You can whatever, man. Just there's no rush. Just make stuff, be creative.
Yeah.
Use it as an escape. Use it as a way to communicate. If you can't, you're not a good communicator. You can use all this as different ways to make up what you're, maybe you feel like maybe you're lacking. or if you feel like you can't express yourself, this is definitely a way to express yourself, and a way for other people to get to know you without having to talk to nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So like, what do you think it takes to make a great artist?
exactly what I just said. Just
All of that.
be true, man. Just be true. Don't worry about sounding like somebody else. Make a song if it sounds good to you, or create something if it looks good, sounds good to you. Just enjoy yourself, man. Pass it on to your friends. You're gonna know real quick, and just be open to learning. Experience things, and just don't rush, man. There's no reason to rush, man. There's a lot of times I've rushed through things and just been like, man, I wish I'd taken my time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like I guess like I feel like sometimes we have to like rush sometimes like to learn like that perfect.
Well, see, there's time for that though. Like you can't rush if you don't know where the fuck you're going. What is going faster gonna do for you?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just gonna get you lost quicker. So if you don't know what you want or know where you're going, man, just develop that. And then if it comes down to where you got to push some things out, all that development and all that all that experience is gonna help, because those times when you are an established artist, whether it be music or art. There's going to be a point where you're going to get like you said right now, you backlog. You know what I mean? So there's going to be a time when you're going to need to, but you can't if it ain't quality. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to just draw stick figures and be like, it's all I had time for. You know what I mean?
See, the way I could put that in perspective in my own way is like, I shot like 25 interviews, and it's like if I shot all 25 of those and dropped them in one day or like for 25 days, then it's like that would have rushed it. So then the content wouldn't have time to like slowly come out, and that was 25 weeks.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So taking the time, so I feel like that goes along with patience and stuff. But see,
patience is better than taking your time. That's a better word than taking your time, because taking your time, it's not dragging your feet. It's just being patient. Yeah,
for real. So like, this is a hot button topic, and I'm curious to know what your opinion is. Who do you think the best artist, or who is your favorite artist, or 3 artists in the town? With no like
best or favorite?
Okay, favorite. Let's say favorite.
Because I don't think I can't go with best, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say that, but my favorite probably in the town, like, well, I like to think everybody my homie, everybody like J-O-E. But man, I'll say Steph Simon, Verse, for sure, and then man, and then like that third spot would be a tie, like a 3-way tie with like Burns, Easy, and St. Dom.
Yeah, I mean that's a really good list.
Those are people that I listen to quite often. And then man, I Am Dez, I can't believe I Am Dez. He's one of my top for sure.
Honestly, like those people are usually like the people that know the scene. Like those are usually
it's really hard, man. Because
those are usually like the top ones.
I like Lee Littles. Lee Littles like reminds me of like Louisiana. He's a car dude too. And he, Lee, and I don't know. I mean, have you heard of Lee Littles?
I don't think so.
Shout out Lee Littles. Man, I like the Gray, what he does. Jerry Mana, Paris Correa. Like I could go on, bro, because it's like I start thinking about my Spotify playlist, and it's just like, man, I could sit here. All those dudes are just, you play a song from each of them, and that's a playlist right there.
See, every time I ask that question, it is always like people can never stick to 3. They're always like they're like,
because I want to, but it's like, man, I don't,
But then if like the people like your favorite artists are like watching this and they're like, he left me out, you know what I'm saying?
They can call me. Hey, if I let you out, call me.
Yeah,
we just hash it out real quick.
But see, I respect it though, because it's like I feel like it's part of like an empathy thing, you know what I'm saying? Because like you care about these people, and it's also like. But you just have there's so many to choose from. So it's like, but that's a really good sign, you know what I'm saying? And, but yeah, those people are hella dope. And like, honestly, the first few people I kind of had a feeling, because like those are like all those people that you named off are like some of the best, around here, and they're
Yeah.
definitely doing a
Well,
lot
I
of
mean,
great
like
things.
just Steph Simon. I got certain memories that tie into like those top 3, 4. Like Steph Simon, my homie, shout out John Boley, Glass Magic Works. I met him a while back. He was a glass blower here in town, and he's in Kansas or Missouri. I think it's Missouri now. But he brought me out to see Steph and introduced me to the Cypher 120, and that's really what got me into the scene. I was like, oh my God, I gotta be here every Monday.
Yeah.
It's like church, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And then so that got me, and then like when that stopped going on and they put in the situation, I kind of got a little involved because me and Roger Kent were so just on top of being there every Monday,
Yeah.
with DG, Rose, just that got me into it. And then Verse, I found his CD and like
Right.
going through some stuff, and I found his CD, and I kind of tracked him down and happened to catch a show at Sound Pony a long time ago, and then it was just like Burns, same thing. I just seen a flyer and I was like, this dude looks wild.
Yeah,
and then I
seen
seen
it,
him, I was like, oh God, this is an MC.
Yeah, when I seen them, I was like, wow.
And
I'm
then-
like, damn.
And then like Easy and Hakeem and Saint Dominic, I've always just kind of seen and known their name
Yeah.
around town, and people that I knew them and would always be telling me, check this out. And then one day, Saint Dom came through the crib, and he may not remember it, but he came through and recorded something with Roger Kent one day, and I kind of sat there and listened to it. I was like, man, this is hard. This is dope.
Yeah, that's.
And it's just
that's
like,
dope.
I just kind of been placing myself and just kind of have fond memories of just what kind of pushed me into this scene, because,
Yeah.
I've always been, this kind of blues, jazz, rock and roll type, and I still love those things. But it's like I found a home with hip hop, and it's like my personality, man. I
And
just
that's so
love, I
cool.
love everything it brings.
That's so cool, because it's like you're like paying that homage to them, and it's like they're like, those are some of the same people that like really like inspire me, and it's like for us to like be able to be inspired by these people, it's like it's so important to the culture and stuff,
And I remember being out back at Yeti, and the first time I heard Surround the Seventh, no wells. He ain't taking no wells. That
Yeah.
song, bro. I remember getting goosebumps. Like, we got this in Tulsa,
Yeah.
boy. Like, god damn.
for real.
Like that shit just, I get so lit over this shit because
Yeah.
it's in our backyard, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so I just feel, I feel like all these guys, like everybody that I listen to, man, I've built like just, it's not even that I built relationships with them. It's just I got good memories and,
Yeah,
things
of
that I
course.
have built off of just seeing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
So,
a lot of those people definitely paved the way for a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's they're highly respectable. But yeah. What I was wondering though, I mean, this has nothing to do with any of that, so it's hella random.
Yeah,
But do you believe in the New World Order?
yeah, I do.
To what extent?
The same motherfuckers, the same motherfuckers who've been in charge, have been in charge, created, this fake money that we throwing around, that we idolize. We got, our country's history is, under the rug. Like they only shown, they pick and choose what they teach us. They pick and, you pick and
Definitely.
choose what we see on the news. All the news conglomerates are owned by companies, and all these companies are owned by one So I think that the world is in control, or is controlled by a certain amount of people. So I can't say that there's not a new world order. I feel like we already in it. Like it's
Yeah.
been the new world order. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah. You think it's
there's
the-
no escaping what we're in now.
You
You know
think
what
it's
I
the
mean?
elite bankers? The elite
I think
tiers?
it's
like
the elite families that have all the
Yeah.
money, like to control all that shit. Yeah, man.
like
Like,
the big banks and stuff.
there's
Oh no.
we don't even we have money that isn't backed by anything.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
There's
mean?
no
It's
gold
backed
standard
by
anymore.
it's not. There's no it's just a note.
I think it's like $30 trillion in debt or something like that.
Something. Yeah. So we're in debt. So I mean, like as a country, that's wild to me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
That's wild to me.
Like
that
to
we're
who?
not,
Like
who are we in debt to?
Probably China, honestly.
Well, I mean, the whole, to the whole world. I mean,
Yeah.
like, or to those, the banks that control everything.
So do you believe that? Do you think that an AI takeover is a possibility?
Hell yeah.
Do you think
I've seen too many weird ass movies, bro.
Yeah. Do you think that they program this type of stuff into the movies to like program people into being used to certain ideas?
Man, I don't think that. I think they just playing with us. We see all these movies and we think it's cool and that, but yeah, it normalizes it.
Yeah.
But it goes right over everybody's head. It's like
yeah.
when it, and then at this point, like I said, there ain't no, like, I feel like we're already in the New World Order because there ain't no going back from this. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, they each make a change if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
They do this if they want to. They tell us this if they want it to be this way, or they raise the taxes. We got this country. This country was built off of some like, sleight of hand shit. Like, believe this, believe that, and so yeah, man. I believe in the New World Order, man. I think we all are pawns in this fucking on this chessboard.
Definitely. And see, honestly, I feel like there's a great awakening happening. Would you believe the same?
I believe that there is an awakening, but I still feel like it's just one eye. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's like,
I think it's too late.
That's what, I don't think it's too late. I think it's gonna have to be like a revolution, or you know what I mean? Because now it's everybody. There's no rising up like there was in 1776. Like the people of the country, or the farmers and there's too many people wanting to organize, and the military. I mean, what are we gonna do? They don't even have to come out at us. They need to send some drones. Mm-hmm. You telling me that you telling me if you're like, hey, we're gonna go fuck the government, we going tonight? I'd be like, what? Do we got drones? Do we got rocket launchers? We have a tank? Hold on. Do we have some shit?
For real. And see, like, do you think that robots will be walking among us?
Bro, they got drones that we don't even, yes, bro, they're yes. They got stuff we can't see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're watching us through our cell phones. If they want to fuck with us, they can fuck with us.
Yeah, I feel like...
And then everybody's worried about the, being chipped and stuff. Like, what do you fuck...
Yeah, and it's so...
I'm right here, next to this big-ass computer.
I feel like what they're doing is creating a digital blackmail system so they can set us up and then screw us over. You know what I'm saying? They set us up, and then they like... But
check my search history. All you gonna find is TU sports, porn, and some shoes.
But see, that's the thing. It's like they set us up by like putting microphones everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like they know everybody.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Facebook.
It's a book of
It's
Facebook,
a catalog
like,
of everything you believe, how you feel.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it's almost. You almost have to be on Facebook and Twitter nowadays. Because of the way things are moving, especially for being an artist, a musician, or anything.
Yeah.
Because if you want to grow, it's not the main, but it's an important part is to have that social media. But that's just another world, man. They got they're just recording. They got pictures of you. They got how you feeling, what you like, dislike.
Yeah.
Everything that you
creating an algorithm, and then what I've heard is that they're using technology to learn the brainwaves of people, so they can understand the subconscious of people, so they can either they're reading brains pretty much. So, but then they're going to use that as technology to brainwash people, is what I've heard. Would you believe that?
Listen, if you put a Colgate commercial on, people are going to go and see Colgate and buy it because they've seen the commercial, they've seen how white the teeth are. If you put a Budweiser commercial on and you only play Budweiser commercials, you're going to go and your favorite beer is going to be Budweiser.
Yeah.
So it's, like I said, with the media, social media, and them being able to, like you said, they have microphones and whatever, they hear you say Taco Bueno, or they hear you say something.
Yeah.
That pop up on your as an advertisement or something. I'm gonna hopefully I can remember it. I just don't, this blend don't get to me. I'm gonna look when I leave and see if I got any like Budweiser, Taco Bell, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, like it's a ploy. All these anytime you sign your email up for an email list, you never know if they're selling that information off or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. They could, you know, you put your. I hate it, bro. Like I put my email down somewhere. Like I got an email I use for subscriptions. And I got an email I use for music, and I got my email for like burner shit. Like if I just want to, if I need to make something real quick, like to get an app or something, put my email in because you cannot believe how many you go to my one email and it's just full of nothing that I use, bro. I don't even open it up. I just have it so I can have password for that.
Yeah. And see, like, you know what,
It's just full of shit.
my curiosity with the question is that as an artist, do you think that we have a duty, or that you have a duty as an artist to spread information to counter the global depopulation system that's occurring?
And what do you mean by that?
I mean, or we could just say New World Order. Do you feel like you have a duty to try to carry on the awakening to other people, so
Hell
they
yeah,
can
I mean-
create the resistance?
Yeah, man. Like well, I have kind of recently because it's just it's become more of a the more I learn and stuff, I get more. It's just something that is more like in front of my brain. Like in front of my thoughts. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna make music and have that in there. But that's not my soul. Like, I mean, it's not my goal.
Yeah.
My goal is to be goofy and say some shit.
And that's part of. I feel like that's part of
make
what the resistance is,
like, but at that same time, like everything I believe, I'm gonna talk about it. But I'm not gonna talk about anything that I'm not about or I don't believe or that I don't use or.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna talk. Like I don't got no jewelry on. You'll never hear nothing about me singing bling bling unless they got my pinky ring on or something.
For real.
I wear my keychains in the videos. You know what I'm saying? They'll Lincoln.
Yeah.
But like that stuff, that's more important to me is being an individual.
And it's
and because also that teaches you to think outside of just what this person thinking. You know what I mean? Like
and I feel like they weaponize the
and being welcome to other people's viewpoints. Because
definitely.
I don't care how hard I tell you to look at something from where I'm sitting at, you are not going to see the same.
Open-minded individualism.
So and I'm okay with that, man. Like I think that's more important to me.
Of course.
Than that, because I don't give a fuck about the government, man. I don't give a fuck about the president. I don't give none of that. Whoever's in the White House ain't affecting me tomorrow. And I mean, it might down the line. I don't know. But them, I don't. I don't care who you put in office. I don't give a fuck. Or all that. That's out of our hands now. Like, you know what I mean? They're giving us. Yeah, we vote, but they're like, you get between these two.
Yeah, so it's
that is more troubling to me.
Yeah.
Than any of that.
They call that the Hegelian dialectic, like two heads of the same snake.
Yeah.
So oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead with the next.
Okay, so what I'm curious about also, so I was talking about, I was asked you about the, if you feel like you have a duty to awaken, and I mean that was a really good answer. But another thing I want to bring up is the fact that how music influences and stuff. They use different frequencies for everything, pretty much. So
what is that? What is it? What do they have the frequency set in? That's like
440.
Yeah,
440. So 440. I've heard that they use. It's like can be used to like put people in a hypnotic state to a certain degree or agitate.
Yeah,
people.
agitated.
And then 432 hertz is what is like apparently the frequency of the world or people or humans or something, and it can have very healing properties. Would you convert to 432 with your music?
Hell yeah.
Lit.
I mean, yeah.
Dope.
I don't know why. I mean, anything that make it more appealing and pleasing. I don't want to agitate nobody.
Yeah, definitely. So like
maybe titillate if I can find that frequency that titillates.
I think it's at 432. Like,
432 is that the titillate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, that's some like secret stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's I feel like I feel like
that makes me think though, like we got the frequencies and stuff. I mean, they talking about like this is getting conspiracy-ish or whatever you want to call it. But like people, our ancient civilizations were more in tune with the things
with the earth
and that's how the we have those. We couldn't build the pyramids today.
Yeah.
I mean we could, but it'd probably take just as long as it took them.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the technology we have, but they had different technology. I feel like they had more of a mental awareness of the world, a more spiritual connection with the earth and everyone. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
definitely.
I feel like we've gotten away from that, or it's been hidden from us.
Yeah, it's
Or-
like the secret knowledge. It's
Yeah.
like of like ancients and stuff, like the whatever system we're living
But
in.
I think it takes a mass people to be able to connect like that, to be able to be able to achieve those same effects that we had in those ancient times. When there's not a connection between people and everybody is confused
and that's why
and
that
they don't
awakening-
know. I think that's really hard because you can't. It's really hard to get on the same wavelength as somebody. It's hard to connect with people, and even when you do now, it's it's hard. But if you're able to be on be about the same thing and have the same knowledge and the same understanding of the earth and spirituality and of the earth, I think that all can be.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
like
no, I
healing.
totally
It could
agree.
be healing.
Yeah,
It could be
and see, that's part of why the awakening is so important, in my opinion. And I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like us as artists, the individualism factor, of course, is most important thing. But also, I feel like the things that hip hop was built on. I feel like one of them was the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And like that info, like knowing that info.
But it's about it's about what's
Self-expression as well.
Well, that of course, but it has to be what's in front of you. Like NWA got popular, because they were basically like news reporters for the hood.
Yeah.
And they were telling facts and stuff like that. Same so it's really about being able to talk about what's in front of you. Like if you don't have a story to tell, it's going to be hard to be a musician or a writer or a rapper if you don't have some kind of story, or you don't have something to give or you don't want to give, or you're scared to give.
Yeah.
Because you really do have to have a story. You have to have something that brings you along. And that's what when I'm talking about, like, don't be patient and rush, because if it's just you're throwing out some like a lot of music today might bang in the club, but 2 weeks from now is it still in your playlist?
Yeah.
It's gonna be that next up and song coming out.
Yeah.
So it's the longevity and stuff like that. That's a lot of thought process that goes into those things.
Definitely.
Man, I'm high.
Well, yeah, honestly, like this has been a really good interview. Like a lot of interesting.
I love this shit though. Like, because like I said, I was kind of sheltered when I was a kid. I was I was raised a Jehovah's Witness.
Really?
And so I was kind of the one thing I value the principles and stuff that I learned, and then I also became a very good just be a conversationalist. Like I could talk to anybody. I was going up and knocking on doors of people that didn't want me there at 9 in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, so you got to learn. I was able to learn to be able to talk and become a good public speaker, and read very well, and just. I appreciate that, but I was also sheltered from a lot of music, a lot of other knowledge, a lot of, being able to express myself and kind of let out what I'm good at. And so right now I'm kind of learning. I've been learning it, so I'm where some people are. When they're in their maybe mid 20s or whatever. I'm 30 some. And I'm still excited. I'm still coming across shit that people are like, yeah, man, you didn't know. I'm like, damn, I thought I was learning something new.
Hey, but that's good. It sounds like you're having your own personal awakening as an individual, and I feel like we all are to a certain degree,
for sure.
That's what creates that commonality of the movement, and the what we're all creating.
But that's why I push just being yourself, man. And having fun. The people that are gonna love you, man. You got the people that are gonna there's always gonna be people that hate you. There's always gonna be people that you don't like, so it's just being yourself and not trying. There's a lot of things out there to be and that have already been, so be you, because nobody can. There's not been a J-Rob yet. So J-Rob is definitely an individual.
Yeah, and actually, see, me as a person, there's
I
no
want
other
to be
me.
an individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, there's 10 other J-Robs, but I know you didn't mean it like that.
No, I meant
I know, as an individual,
Yeah.
of course. That's why I actually changed my name, by the way, because there were so many other J-Robs that got, the algorithm got confused. But
J-Rob
anyways,
the Law.
Yeah, that's why I
I
changed
fuck with
it.
that though.
Yeah, see, I didn't like it at first, but
I know I did when I seen you change. When I seen it, I thought it was just for a tape or something.
Yeah.
Because I was looking you up on Spotify a while back, and I found J-Rob, and then I came across J-Rob the Law, and I was like, damn, this just dropped.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe this is just like a little side project thing. And then, nah, you've been running with that. So I like that, bro. I
Because
like
there's
that
no
a lot.
other one, you know what
But you need to get them to put that on the flyers more.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. But see, there's also no other Joey Organic, but we had a chance to get him here, and actually I feel like this is gonna be the near the closing segment. What we like to do at near this time is if you have any shout outs, then shout them out.
Man. Shout out John Bowley. Shout out Youth, Love, Blood, Drugs. Shout out Desmond J, Chico's Fails, When Our Mamas Think We Handsome. Shout out my mama. Shout out my daddy, my grandmamas, my grandpappies. See, man, I know somebody else. Fire Tree, they always hooking me up. Man, I'm trying to think. I know I was just thinking about somebody earlier that I wanted to shout out. Man, shout out all of y'all. Everybody beautiful, man. Come out to the show this weekend. There's something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday night with the neighbors. Saturday, I know this ain't even gonna be put out, but Saturday with the neighbors. Sunday, no rapping over vocals. Sign the petition.
Yeah.
Marcel C. Black from The Boot. He's moved to Tulsa or Oklahoma. He's gonna be in here from now on. I shout out him too. But yeah, no rapping over vocals. And that's about it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Shout out World Culture. Shout out Oil House. Shout out Whitefield.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Dope,
there we go.
Dope. So this is also the last segment, and I usually don't tell people anymore. But if you have a verse or a written or freestyle, or if you want to rant about anything for 1 minute, then
1 minute.
or 2 minutes. I mean, I usually do 2 minutes, but the thing's at 18, and I don't want it to cut off because it cuts off at 20 sometimes. But
let me think. All right, here's something I've been passionate about for a while, and y'all motherfuckers need to listen up. Listen, this year we're all going to TU games together. Football and basketball, join me, because I'm tired of going to these games and acting a fool by myself. Ask anybody, I get crazy. So y'all come to games with me. That's all I want.
Really?
It's us that I got blue and gold in my veins. You know what I'm saying, baby? We gotta get the Canes up. Top 25 last year. We got homies playing all over the league. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Kevin Lucas, 2 Mile. I can't remember, but fuck with Kevin Lucas. He got a good message. He played for TU and done all sorts of shit. So I'm gonna make sure we get him tagged up here, Mile 2 or something. I cannot remember. We're gonna get his logo though, cause I fuck with that homie. He be doing good for things for the kids. Yeah, man. Just let's go to some games. Come with me. Let's get rowdy for this town. You know what I'm saying?
that reminds me, we need to play another football game sometime.
Yeah, bro. That'd
like
be dope.
soccer or something, anything like, or baseball, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I want to play some sports. But all right, well, shout out to you. Shout out to Joey Organic. Where can we find you at?
Man, all platforms. Joey Organic. Find me on Facebook, Joey Organic. Find me on Instagram, Joey Organic. Twitter, Joey Organic. You know, Joey Organic, a.k.a. the guy moms wish their daughters met first instead of their lame-ass baby daddies. Tap in.
Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah. All right.